coming into office. But you have decided that it should have been from the date of the declaration of results. I mean, that is not the promise that was made by the president. You can have your opinion on the matter, but please, you can express it outside at the press conference, but at this appointments committee meeting, this is the first day, and let's start it on a good note. And I dare say that not everything in our standing orders meet constitutional standards. Not everything in our standing orders meet constitutional standards. And the recent case where the Supreme Court struck down some provisions of our standing orders as being inconsistent with the Constitution should serve as a guide. So yes, you've drawn attention to our standing orders.
You are vetting as I hupa, and why you do vetting as a rough. She said, Mahama Ayariga, Wakasa Boko, nya, said you won't can walk. Was he Afenyo Markin, or the air vetting, no person, or did not a year president any year so. Yeah. And come out would not want to say vetting near you. But the rater, as watching Kofubi Ashakwana, elbow ball, Monfino, or Montiasi. Because Mujan Moon, while the Kuntia, Unia, elbow Mujasa. Iti eye Ayariga enkomo de tuja efa eye Afenyo ensemwa eja whatever international ne pressure de to be more mopa.
Chairman, with all due respect, I want to extend my most sincere appreciation to the minority leader for publicly expressing his commitment to work with us to secure the vetting and appointment of our ministers. Mr. Chairman, we've been on this committee for decades now, at least myself. And for the minority leader to use this platform as a press conference to copiously try to denigrate the presidency and to sort of try to direct the presidency as to what to do, I think is not the best. For instance, you cannot be directing the president as to how and when he makes his nominations for ministerial appointment. The president did say that the cabinet will be formed within a short period upon coming into office. But you have decided that it should have been from the date of the declaration of results. I mean, that is not the promise that was made by the president. You can have your opinion on the matter, but please, you can express it outside at the press conference, but at this appointments committee meeting, this is the first day, and let's start it on a good note. And I dare say that not everything in our standing orders meet constitutional standards. Not everything in our standing orders meet constitutional standards. And the recent case where the Supreme Court struck down some provisions of our standing orders as being inconsistent with the Constitution should serve as a guide. So yes, you've drawn attention to our standing orders and the mode of communication and etc. We will take that on board. But I just want you to know that not everything in our standing orders meets constitutional standards. And as recently as last year, you are all here in this house when the Supreme Court said that some provisions of our standing orders were not consistent with the provisions of the Constitution. Otherwise, I want to again express our appreciation to you for publicly expressing your commitment to work with us to have a smooth processing of ministerial nominees.
Thank you very much, Honorable.
Nsemwa Mahama editu dwani, Mahama Ayariga tu dwani. Ene wakasa boko no de ma onua. Na mabebo be video bi fanche wa eye Afenyo Markin. So we kwado on nanti free ho. O sorry free vet na se koyekora. Utimi se unua dwasa am se unua abotre na se vet no nua faade ne personal pa o. Yeah. Ohun ni se nkofo bi eni wo parliament. No no so we senior ma watena ho ache. Dem so yusu ni nim de ne de atia nkofo bi nyansa so. Sala me de ma adwene ya yami o. Because the rate ya wo kasa and the rate ya wo chiri nsemu no Jack e manfo no mo ba vet na se nyina obi akura se e masa aden na se wo tata yesa afiro sorry free ayi na se ya wo koye no behwe the NDC for ne chire
Honorable Ahmed Shaibu.
Chairman, order. Chairman, I want to intervene.
We have Ahmed Shaibu and Mahama Shaibu.
Chairman. Chairman. Colleagues.
So, Honorable Minority Leader, you have the floor.
Chairman, before I go into colleagues, please, let's resolve matter. Chairman, I am making this point. If you check our rules book, you have the chairman of the committee and you have the vice chair, and you have the ranking and you have deputy ranking. In principle, what our standing orders is trying to say is that there is a presumption of a co-chairing of this exercise. To allow, otherwise, if you would never, you would always want to have your say, but you don't want others to speak. That is your problem, NDC. That is your problem. Yes, okay, if that is what you want to do, you're right, no problem. You will listen to me. Chairman, you can't say you can say, you've said that to my members. If you now want to extend it to me that I'm out of order and all that, let's have it. Can the vice chair leave?
If the standing orders has...
Can I finish? Can I finish, my respected vice chair? Can I finish? Chairman, we are here to work as a team. The rule talks about the chair and vice chair. If this committee is to deal with a sole chair without anybody to work to express a view, it would have limited it to chairman and vice chair and nothing else. In Parliament, whenever there is a chair, there is a ranking. It is not to checkmate, but to work together and to express views of the House. When we try to put issues across, we have some of your senior colleagues who reach out quietly to say, please, you are going too much. We listen to them. We want to work together. But Chairman, with the greatest respect, I have observed consistently the way you go at my members, especially the young ones, the new ones. It's not the right way. I've been quiet watching, and I'll just be pinching you, the chairman. Please, you take it easy. But the way it is going, I think it is not too right. To the extent that, as your co-chair, and I want to state this on record, well, the standing, don't worry. If you give it a purposive interpretation, it will lead you to that conclusion. Please, let's understand each other. This vetting should have taken place tomorrow, all three of them. We mean well, and I want to state that on record. We mean well as a minority. We cooperated to have this 21 days or 15 days notice to be waived so that you can form your government as quickly as possible. I am pleading with you, Chairman. I am pleading with you. I do not. Can I finish? No. I'm not done. I want to be Honorable Mahama Ayariga. I need to be done. I would have to be done. I do not like this situation whereby your side is still behaving as though you are in the minority. You are not in the minority. You are now in government. Please, We mean well. It is the reason why we are here. Stop the approach you are adopting. I am pleading with you. I am humbly pleading with you, Chairman. We plead with you. The approach will not help all of us. The approach will not help all of us.
You see, honorable members, I will give the floor to
Chairman, he did not finish. Please. No. Chairman. The gentleman, Chairman. No, he didn't finish. He had called somebody. Chairman, all my plea is... Chairman, I beg you, allow him. Chairman, please. Chairman, please.
You see, honorable members, we don't sit here to gag any member, but we rather give you directions. The fact that we are guiding and giving you directions as an honorable member of parliament, you should take a cue and proceed. If I want to apply the rules strictly, as the former First Deputy Speaker have been doing, what happened today, we may not be experiencing some of those things. According to him, you are asked to ask a question, you ask the question, but we have allowed you to run commentaries, sometimes to read write-ups before asking the question. So I would urge all of you, particularly the new members, to take guidance from the chair. We are here to guide you. We are to guide you. So if you still have one more question, you may proceed to ask the question. I'll give you the floor after that.
Continue. Honorable. Continue. Ignore him. Continue.
Hold on with your question. Let me give the floor to Honorable Kwame Agoja.
Chairman, you see, nothing happening today.
Please, let's have order. Order.
Chairman, what the minority leader said about NDC being intolerant or they have been more cooperative is totally untrue. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chairman, we've had situation when the president nominated people on Friday and we came here on Saturday to fetch the people. No advertisement or anything. So what is the minority leader talking about? That they have been more cooperative than us? That is not true. What we are saying is that, yes, indeed, we've had first-timers in the house, indeed, in the chamber. We've seen first-timers from both sides walking across the maze because they were not yet gone through orientation. So when, unfortunately, they haven't gone through full orientation, they come to committee and instead of asking questions, coming to read statement, it is appropriate we put them right. That should not be a situation so anybody could interpret to mean that somebody is being gagged. And let it be known, as a matter of fact, at the appointment committee, we never allow friends or non-members to ask questions. It's because we wanted to carry everybody along that we give them the opportunity. So, Chairman, I would encourage you once again, stick to the rules. When you give an opportunity to somebody to ask question, let that person ask the question and let's move on. This endless rhetoric of trying to quote things and never relate it will not help anybody. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chairman, let's make progress, but let everybody who gets opportunity ask the question and let answer the question. Chairman, I also noticed, anyway, you go.
Thank you very much, Honorable Namomo Latte.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chairman, for indulging me. I am very much concerned about what is happening here. And in as much as we don't want it to look like newcomers are being gagged, I think that parliamentary practice and procedures transcends the presence of this parliament. If we want to do it, we have to do it right, because you'll be going out there meeting other parliaments. So in the name of supporting first-timers or newcomers, all of us are still learning. But if we refuse to learn the right way, we will go out there and embarrass not just ourselves, but the Parliament of Ghana.
Abusiafo na da ho no afenyo de anyezu. Hey, oso wontwema NDC fo no kra. Che oni nkofo no omo de ahyem gidigidi. Em se na danfo ne Kennedy ho. Go nia de otimi se ni hit na no wodi brutal. Na we de nsi ho PDS so was wrong doings bi ko ho. Vet national ho oni akwa no ja.
And let me say to you that though we have political differences, I respect you for your stance in a lot of matters of national discourse. And without prejudice to any member of the majority caucus or any member of the NDC, you know that you are the only person who has a picture with me, and that picture is in my office. It's there on a purpose. You know that. So I laid that foundation to ask you this other question that is coming up. You took this case with ECG, well aware of the politics of the country at the time, weren't you?
That is so, Mr. Chairman. I operate within the political, legal context of this country, and I'm always aware of the political dynamics, and I consult widely before I do what I do.
So the point I want to make is that you were aware that where you stood in the political space, you were against the tide in taking up the ECG case.
I didn't think of any tide. I thought about the interests of the state of Ghana.
I agree. And that is why I'm celebrating you for that which you did. That politically, the tide was against the government of the day. But here you were, because of your professional stature. And I was happy you made reference to a third-party legal firm that actually spotted you and pulled you out of the lot to be the representation, the attorney for ECG. So that's what the point I want to make, that politically the tide was against you. Would you agree?
I was not conscious of any tide. I wasn't swimming against any tide. I just took a professional decision to agree to serve as counsel in this matter. And the ECG is owned by the Republic, owned by the state. It's a limited liability company with its own board of directors and so on. I didn't think about the political implications of representing ECG, but I knew that the politics around PDS was not, because I also believed in the fact that there was wrongdoing on the part of PDS, and I wouldn't accept a brief, from a company that I believe was in the wrong in respect of a transaction.
Afenyo Markin enso any NDC for na ye you almost say minister ne wan Jack. Enya asem ketua.